What have we learned from Tyla's new EP selling less than 4,000 units? Is that it's never a good idea to have Black Americans not on your side. Historically, we know this. When Tyla's fans said that Black Americans don't run anything, they forgot that the model for the civil rights movement helped their liberation as well. Her team messed her up. Because it's not the fact that Black Americans don't realize that race works differently in other countries. It's the fact that when you come to America, Black Americans want to know how you connect to them. And Tyla basically said she's not connecting to Black Americans. Artists like Burna Boy, Thames, all came over. Even Rihanna, all came over and said, we Black. We all in this together. Tyla said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm colored. I'm not Black. And what she should have said was, in South Africa, I'm colored. In America, I'm Black. Because that's really how it works. It's never a good idea to have Black Americans against you. It is never a good idea to have Black Americans against you. And all those South Africans who said they was going to support the album, where y'all at? Because she only sold about 4,000 so far. That means y'all not putting your money where your mouth is. One thing about Black Americans is when we have money, we spend it. A dollar don't last in our community. So if we like something, we gonna buy it. That's why the Black American dollar is the most American dollar in the United States. I hope Tyla can work it out, but we've been told y'all. It is never a good idea to have Black Americans not on your side, especially Black American women.
What is good, yo? Welcome back to Peepodcovelife. And the South Africans are still upset about Tyla, y'all. They still upset about Tyla, and now they're throwing mud because the Black Americans are chatting with their Scottish cousins. Did y'all believe that? If you're watching this video, let me know down in the comments if you listen to the new Tyla album or not, because I haven't had or heard anybody said, "Oh, the album was good," or "The album sucked." There was like beeps, so I guess people really never even going to look.
Black Americans have to be the most hateful and self-destructive
Here we go again.
Give it a rest. Give it a rest. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've pivoted away from this. We're not concerned with this anymore.
Nope.
We are currently in the middle of learning about our new friends in Scotland and in Ireland. And we're starting to learn about Black Welsh people and Black Italian people. We're not concerned with this anymore, all right? You guys were having a conversation about colored people and Black people and everything else in South Africa when Tyla's music got big in America, and I guess she thought she was going to bring that same energy here. And we let her know that we were not going to tolerate that. And she chose to continue down that road, and we just chose not to support her. There's no hatred there. There's no self-destruction there.
Nope.
It's simply just us refusing to support someone who's colorist. All right? It's that simple. Really. It really is. I understand you guys are still healing from the apartheid. Why you guys are still choosing to cling to class systems that were designed to keep you from uniting in the first place, that's beyond me. But I understand that it is your choice and you are allowed to make it, absolutely. But it doesn't mean that we're gonna support it or tolerate it in America. All right? Unfortunately, it turns out that I guess a lot of Africans don't really stream music, which I'm learning now. Africans tend to download music and share music with their friends, and that's just unfortunate. She's not getting those same numbers that she did with Water, which Water went triple platinum. And yeah, that was.
So does that mean that the Americans are the one that listen to Water? If her people don't stream, who listened to that one to make it go triple platinum? Let me know that in the comments. Have you heard? Well, I think I listened to one song today by Tyla. It was Tyla and Sean Paul in the song. I didn't even know that was Tyla, but I heard the song before a long time ago, but I didn't even know it was her.
It was more than likely because of us. We were streaming the fuck out of that song.
See?
But the world still turns, man. We're not talking about this anymore. We're not concerned with this anymore. Please move on. Get back to healing with your other countrymen.
He's saying, we've had enough of you Black South Africans. We're moving on. So you can stay over there and argue with yourself, but we not letting her back in to get away with more colonizer stuff because she don't want to be a part of us. That's okay. That's okay. It's like we don't care. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's like, hey, you need us. We don't need you.
That topic, Black Americans have no right to tell South Africans that Tyla must identify as Black. As we've seen in the past week, the colored community can be very anti-Black and racist. So how are you going to force people who don't share the same lived experience as us? In apartheid, they were seen as above Black people and therefore had a little bit more privileges than us. We've seen the horrible things that some of them had to say about us just because a few Black men on a podcast said something about their community. All of a sudden, it was directed towards all Black South African women. So you cannot come here and erase my identity as a Black South African woman and tell me that I need to be grouping people who are of mixed heritage and don't even share the same culture and lived experience as a Black.
Wow. Is she now? This is where live in the United States, where they had the one drop rule, right? That basically kept us all together as one team, one Black. Like once you Black, you Black. But in South Africa, even this woman here, who identify as a Black woman, right? But she feels like she don't want to be in the same group as somebody mixed. So instead of that person isn't Black enough to be called Black. That's pretty much what she's saying. Where in America, it's like the one drop rule is once you mix with Black, you're Black. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know that in the comments, because I know most South Africans, from what I've seen, don't want to be called colored. They want, that's a word that's offensive to a lot of people. But then you have people like this who believe that, I don't think she probably likes the word colored. I just think that she feels like she's fought for her Blackness so long that you just don't group a bunch of people together with me. That's kind of how I see it a little bit too. But this is very interesting. This is very interesting, and I wouldn't. If you could kind of say it's part of the brainwashing. Is this part of the brainwashing? And are you feeling her? How do y'all feel about that? Because it feels like she wants to be separated, and just like somebody just said, these are practices that the government has done over years to keep Black people separated from.
No. A woman who looks mixed and me are not going to have the same experience, babe, in South Africa and outside. So you cannot come and tell me that she needs to be the image for Black South African women globally, when we have actual Black South African women who are standing tall on the international stage within their own right, like Nomza Mumbata, Tusombedu, among many others. This is particularly why the Black American community literally has zero representation for Black women on their international media. That very same media, they don't have proper representation for Black women, and it's wrong. Because there's no reason why people are fighting for Zendaya to play Princess Tiana. Come on, guys.
That's what you call throwing mud. She ain't got no goggles on, nothing. Just run outside throwing mud. Like, you think about it. Like, America is not asking her to come over there and play with her. She's asking to come play with us here. And the last time I checked, whenever you walk into a casino, it's called house rules. You ain't gonna walk up into my house and do whatever the hell you please. If you wanna succeed here, I'm sure her PR team should have figured that out. If you want to be a part of the culture, you got to you can't just walk in here like you own the place. You know, you feel, I shouldn't say feel, but it's almost sound like you might be a little entitled. You might be a little entitled. Now, this lady we just watched here, she is partially brainwashed as well, the way I see it. Because, like I said, the one thing that America did that was positive to Black people is by enforcing the one drop rule, it made Black people stick together, no matter if they were really light or really dark. Now, yes, I remember the whole, the guy in the house, the light skin thing. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they still call themselves Black, just like everybody else, even though they were light skinned. Where over in Africa, they made it a law to be called. And I'm sure they went through a lot of brutality and a lot of pain to protect or to save that word. Where here, the pain was different and it was changed. So we barely hear that word anymore. If you do hear it, it's somewhere down in the South where that's how they grew up and that's all they know. And they don't care. They'll disrespect you right to your face.
Good morning, y'all.
Good
Happy
morning.
Monday.
Happy Monday.
I'm hoping once I make this video, I don't have to deactivate my page. Y'all don't be too hard on me. Be nice, okay?
What are you about to do? What are you about to do?
But I've been watching this discourse that we have been having with South Africans in terms of how they refer to Tyla. And I guess my question is, why can't we just simply call that woman colored if that's what her culture calls her? And I'm saying...
Yes, we can do that if we were going to her place. She's coming here to America. And to be exact, nobody said she couldn't be called colored. Nobody objected to that. It was basically she had a point to explain her whole cultural situation. And she basically blew it off like it was a joke. She didn't take it serious. So it's like, okay, it is what it is. You can be you, be all you can be over there across the street. That's all. That's perfectly fine. You can even go play in the street. We cool. We cool with that.
Until maybe she comes out and says, hey, I don't like being called colored. If South Africans have said this is the identity of our country, then is there an issue with calling them colored? I know that we have trauma here as Black Americans, but I don't know if that's really fair for our trauma to override their own culture. And I think that's, maybe I could be wrong. I don't have all the background of every single argument. I've not been in every comment just because I don't like the diaspora wars, because it just lends way for people who are not really trying to be positive to come in and just spew ridiculousness. So that's why I hate it. I do think there's a lot of conversations that we should have with one another, but I think sometimes those conversations get lost in the craziness and the stupidity. But I think ultimately, in every kind of situation, that's kind of every conversation that I have heard or the comments that I have seen, I just think it's simply okay with the fact that South Africans have said, listen, in our country, this is how we operate. No matter where Tyla is, she's a South African. So if that is the way she identifies, or that her culture identifies, then is it not okay with just calling her colored? Because it's not like you're coming at it from a way where you're trying to be disparaging to her or you're trying to be oppressive to her. So, I mean, I think it's okay to just identify her as her culture has asked. And maybe I could be wrong, but I don't really see the issue with that. I don't see why we're taking issue with how that lady's identified, or how South Africans have asked you, because it's almost dismissive to their culture. And I could be wrong in that, but it just feels like we are using, it's almost like we're backing the way America sees other people when we also have an issue with the way America sees us or portrays us or identifies us. So it's just, maybe that's where I'm taking, I don't want to defend that system. And so to me, if they've said she's colored, then she's a colored woman. I mean, that's it. Y'all don't kill me. Don't come in the comments and try to destroy me. That's just my take. Y'all have a good week. Enjoy y'all week. I wish y'all wasn't celebrating Thanksgiving. I wish y'all wouldn't, but I know we are. Have a good week. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Now, I totally understand what she was saying, what she was alluding to. But like I said, she's the one trying to get into our culture. You know, why does she need to get into the Black American culture to succeed? And you can tell it's about to be some culture vulture stuff. We saw the same thing happen with Drake, coming in the culture, taking what he want, making a mess everywhere, and then leave. He never contributes anything to the culture. And that's what you're seeing with Tyla. She's like, yo, I ain't here to learn y'all culture. I'm just here to steal what y'all got. I'm here to act Black and get the Black experience and get seen around the world, because Black people move the needle. But her not being Black cannot move the needle by herself, because if she could, she would have already. You know, am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong too. But why aren't other culture, why isn't anybody else listening to the album? Is it only Black people supposed to listen to it? Or I don't understand that. Like, why is she flopping so hard just because we pulled out No Diddy?
The fact that y'all getting y'all funky asses up on the internet and blaming Black Americans for Tyla South American ass flopping is above me now. Diabolical. When she got up there and thought that Halle Bailey, the Little Mermaid, was going to hold her award because I'm just a gal. Oh my God, it's so big, it's so heavy.
I remember that.
She kept highbrow thinking that she was better than everybody. Then she called herself colored. We get it. Y'all call yourselves colored because y'all better than the Black folk in South America. Where the hell, South Africa? But y'all not quite white, so y'all call yourselves colored. So y'all have this caste system, which makes y'all think that y'all better when y'all are mixed. I get it. Colorism exists all over the world, but coming to America, colorism is still here too, but it's not as prevalent in 2025. And if you don't have a personality, then your light skin is not going to make you stick. Look at Danny Lay. Yellow ponies, what he like? Don't nobody give a damn about that girl no more. She's off the map. We don't know where the fuck she's at. The last time I saw her, she was doing a Christmas movie for Lifetime. Ain't put out a record since because we
Okay, Auntie.
cancel you.
Okay. Slow down, Auntie.
Y'all keep thinking that we ain't new to this. We are true to this, okay? We boycott people, we cancel you. If we don't make it pop, if we don't say it's cool, then it's not gonna go. Mind your manners, stay in your lane. Stop trying to play with Black Americans, because then you will only sell 3,000 copies of your album.
Wow.
Baby, I get more viewers than that on my live stream, and I only
Wow.
got 44,000 subscribers. We's getting way more than that, okay? It ain't our fault. She doesn't have a likable personality. She could have literally used the color thing as a teachable moment to say, oh, that's just what we call it, but I understand, you know, how it can have a negative connotation here in the Black community in the States. South America said, we don't need you, oh, Tyla got it. Yeah, and y'all only 3,000 y'all showed up for her? I would hate for y'all to be my support system. That's fucked up. How many of y'all is in South Africa? Millions, right? And only 3,000? That's why everybody always trying to break in America, because they know that we are the biggest consumers. We consume art. We make things cool. We make shit go. She might be selling overseas, but everybody wants a Grammy. I don't even know what the award shows are overseas, but everybody knows what the Grammy Awards are. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Make me water.
Auntie was giving it to us there. Now, in South Africa, the black population was the largest of the group. This is a 2022 census. So I guess black African, over 50 million people. That's 81% of 81.4%. Colored, around 5.1 million people, which is 8.2%. White, which is 4.5 million people at 7.3%. Indian/Asian, about 1.7 million, which is 2.7%. And the next is other, which is 0.4%. So it's scattered numbers, but you're definitely seeing a lot of change going on in South Africa when it comes to leadership and what's going on. This is Akon right here, dropping some knowledge. Let's hear what he got to say.
In South Africa, white people don't have it as good as white people have it in America. Wow. South Africa is probably the one place in Africa that was able to switch the table, where the white folks live in the hood and the black people are living good.
South Africa's changing social dynamic is not good for everyone. These Afrikaners, who enjoyed social and economic privilege during apartheid, are now near the bottom of the pile.
This is why Elon Musk is fighting for those white folks in South Africa now.
Elon Musk has once again accused the South African government of racial discrimination. Musk accused the South African government of, quote, promoting white genocide in South Africa.
They're fighting for equality in Africa.
Yes, white folks are fighting for equality in Africa. But guess what? Wow. Because blacks were the majority.
Well, that makes sense.
And guess what? In South Africa, they've united. So they can't run that on them niggas. Now, if all the other countries do that, we good.
United. Now, we definitely seeing a lot more unity going on. These diaspora wars could be fun. It could be a learning experience, a time to engage and understand where we all came from. But sometimes, man, the energy that some of these people come with is just insane. You can't, I guess, help ignorance, I should say. And sometimes it seems like it's very contagious. These ladies right here are South Africans saying hello to the Black Americans. And they're saying, hey, cousins. So I'm going to mute it, of course, because there is music on top. So let's get it. Sensational. Yeah. And they're all looking beautiful and amazing. There's one guy in there, lucky bastard. Yeah, they're already. They're just saying hello to cousins. So, hey, so they're all the South Africans don't hate all the Black Americans. You only see a few, and it's crazy how the ones that have bad intentions always make it to the front of the line.
Americans hate on Africans so much. Like, I tell you that Tyla lives rent-free in a lot of y'all heads. Tyla lives rent-free in y'all heads. Every other day I see a post about somebody talking about Tyla. Tyla ain't talking about us. Like, what is up with y'all hating ass energy, bruh? Like, why are y'all so hateful and envious of other black people that aren't from America getting any type of recognition and shine for their talent? Because we should be celebrating it. But instead, I'll just take the opportunity to tear them down as soon as you feel like they don't cater to or align with what you feel like it means to be a black person in the world as a black person in America. Like, make it make sense. Like, real shit, Tyla is young, beautiful, talented, Grammy award winning, and she's somehow the enemy. Y'all only perceive her that way because Black Americans feel like they should be the poster child for what Black excellence around the world should be. And yet Tyla is that outlier. Tyla and many more artists and people like her is evidence that Black excellence is not just coming from Black Americans, and that Black excellence can be seen all around the world. Because I'm also going to bring up the simple fact that Black excellence has not been seen from Black Americans in recent years. We can go and look at the entertainment that we're putting out. Y'all can argue with yourself in the comments about that point. Because at the end of the day, it's not about her being African. It's not about her being light-skinned. I genuinely feel like Tyla came over here to America. She was making music just like Pluto and the City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. She was singing about her pussy, twerking, talking about how she takes advantage of men, all the other degenerate things that you guys want to praise. If she came over here acting like those baddie hoodlums that y'all love to watch and praise and worship, I don't think Tyla would have any backlash to her comment about being a black South African. If you guys would use your mind just a little bit, you would actually go and do research to see that that's an actual recognized group of populated people in South Africa. So how y'all felt that comment was anti-black American, the world may never know through your ignorance. Because she represents what a lot of black American women don't represent, which is being soft, feminine, actually rooted in African tradition, actually being rooted in African lineage. And it just burns and eats y'all alive that she absolutely does not seek you guys' approval. She didn't come to black Americans asking you guys to go and stream her song Water to break the records. She didn't do that. Y'all did that on your own fruitions. So why do you feel like she needs to owe you guys any type of a...
Oh my God. This dude is triggering me. Now, wasn't she the one making the rounds on black American shows, radio stations? If she didn't need black people, why is she going on these black radio stations to publicize the album? Explain that. And how come nobody else listened to it? Why does the blame put on black Americans? You show up at a black radio station and you blow them off and expect them to play your music and push your music for you. That's what a colored person would do. No disrespect to everybody else, but I think every American understand what I'm talking about. We understand it's in their country. That's what it is. There is no question. We all understand that. However, you ain't in your country. You is somewhere else. You know, any other country we go to in the world, you know, it doesn't matter where I go. Any country you visit in the world, you have to abide by their rules. And if you don't, your ass is grass every day of the week. So what are you talking about? So it's okay to come use the culture and leave whenever you feel like. You don't, yeah, I can be whatever I want. No, if you want to, you the one that need. Americans don't need. You need.
Apology or any type of thanks when she didn't ask for you guys. And of course, she was thankful until you guys started insulting her. Some shit that has nothing to do with her music, nothing to do with her talent. Yeah, I would have chucked you guys the middle finger too. Because at the end of the day, the truth is, you don't hate Tyla. You just hate the mirror that she holds up. And black Americans are not the most famous, not the most beautiful, not the most talented. And above all of that, that we're not the only black people in the world, and we're not the only type of black people in this world that is capable of reaching these heights of riches, wealth, fame, and talent. But that bitterness, that hating ass energy that y'all got, that's why the whole world calls us our own biggest enemies.
When did this become anything about money and wealth? Like, whoever brought that up? That was never brought up as far as I can see. It had nothing to do with money or wealth. It's all culturally connected. This guy here, I mean, this young man is clearly not culturally connected, I would say. He clearly doesn't understand how things work. But hopefully he'll learn, because I'm sure he'll be, in his life, he'll be taught a lot of lessons.
I've been watching all the videos talking about people are canceling Tyla because she disrespected black Americans. Now, what people are not realizing is that canceling her now, there's just no point, because she wanted money, she wanted fame, and she has achieved that by pandering to black Americans. She already sold 500k units, I think, in America alone, on her first album. So her selling 3k units now on her second album, it doesn't matter, because she's already famous now. I know her name, you know her name, the whole world know her name, and that's what she wanted. She's a multi-millionaire already, and I think she's here to stay. Yeah, because if you look at all the celebrities, like, they all...
So do you think if nobody bought this album, they're gonna go buy the next one. Her music career is most likely done because she needs this culture in order to push the music she wants to put out. That's why she was here. There's no denying that. Because if she was this so well-rounded artist, she wouldn't be here hitting radio station for promotion. She wouldn't be doing that. You know, she'll be over where she lived and doing what she want to do. But no, that you can't do that where she's from. You need to come out here to America in order to make it work.
Endorse her. You know, she had many American featured celebrities on her album. Cardi B is out here defending her. I think she's going to be just like Cardi B. Do you know what I mean? She's going to be just like Cardi B. No music, no good music at least. And just an influencer now. Like, what's Cardi B doing? I think Cardi B's coming out with an album. I don't think anyone cares about. But yeah, she's already famous and there's absolutely no point of cancelling her now.
Now, I did a reaction to Imaginary Players on my other channel. And I'm going to tell you what, that song is a banger. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the new Cardi B song. But I think Cardi B is way more relevant than you think. Cardi B, even in the song, she say that. When she swing and her flop comes in at high numbers. You know, high numbers still. She ain't gonna come in like this flop, but she moved the needle, I could definitely say. And even like a Cardi B who came into the culture, she's in. We ain't talking about her. We talking about Tyla, right? Tyla is dead. She finna die. You know, it don't matter what y'all say, what excuse y'all come up with. That time's already passed. And I know a lot of African South Africans are pissed off and ticked off about the entire situation, but y'all can't go back and change history. It's already been done. It's almost like the same thing with Drake sitting in court trying to get a lawsuit passed in order to change how people felt about him losing a rap battle. He's trying to get clarification of that in court. He's trying to get the court to say, hey, this is what happened. I should have won. And we're seeing the same thing over and over. I think Tyla missed a perfect opportunity, and she may never get that back. Yeah, y'all need to let me know that in the comments how y'all feel about Tyla and this whole South Africa situation. I know a lot of people are in Scotland right now, hanging out. I got another mashup coming later today, and I got the Italians I'm looking at the Italians as well. Hey, this diaspora situation has become, to me, what is going to be a cultural connection around the world with Black folks, Black people. Colored, not so much. But like I said, I don't think most people want to be called colored. Most people around the world see themselves as being Black. And if you feel different, let me know down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about Tyla. And these South Africans are still mad and upset, while the Americans are like, you know what, we're moving on. So let me know down in the comments how you feel, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one. This is Peepodcovelife. And yes, it moves very fast.